You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Essentia. A better you starts with better hydration. Essentia is on a mission to inspire people to do what matters most. Their proprietary ionization process transforms water from any source into ionized alkaline water, providing water that's 99.9% pure with a pH of 9.5 or higher. Essentia Overachieving H2O, the #1 ionized alkaline water. Shop now.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Ken, and I'll be your host today. Joining me for today's game as scorekeeper is Matt. How you doing today?
I'm doing just fine. Thanks, Ken. How's it going?
Good. And looks like we're going to be having a three-way game this week for the first time between Jeff, Neil, and a team of Anna and Bones.
Thanks for having me here, fellas. Bones over here, which we'll get to eventually. We've been hosting trivia for a few months now in Bloomington at one location. We've got several locations throughout the area.
Heard that there was kind of an interesting story about trivia and you guys.
Yeah, that's actually how we met. We are partners, lovers, however you want to go about saying that. And his older brother was being kind of creepy and trying to chat my then roommate up. And she's like, please come with me to trivia. I don't know any of these people. And I ended up going out with her. And I was not a very consistent trivia player at that point. But after we met these strange men, we got along with them really well.
We were playing twice a week.
Yeah. And
hanging out on the weekends.
Yeah, no, we were inseparable, all of us, the team.
So trivia bringing people together as it should.
Yeah, and now he and I, we've been together for a little over a year now, and we live together, and it's all good.
All right, well, thanks for sharing that for us. So let's do a quick breakdown of the rules from Matt.
All right, the game is simple. It's 20 questions in a variety of topics worth 10 points apiece and split into 2 rounds. At halftime, there will be a special swing round designed by our host where players can take a larger lead or gain some ground for a comeback. At the end of regulation, players will enter the final round with the points they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 of those points on 5 questions based on their confidence in the final round categories. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
Let me say it out loud. I am the cream.
All right, thanks, Matt. Without further ado, let's get this game going between Jeff, team of Anna and Bones, and Neil.
Triple threat.
All right, here we go. First question. What is the scientific name of the particle commonly referred to as the God particle? The building of the CERN Hadron Collider was done in part to discover this then theorized particle.
I think I'm actually in on this one.
Scientific name.
I also want to point out that your question is incorrect.
Oh. We've been playing for like 2 minutes and Jeff's calling people
challenge.
Well, let's at least answer it, get the points.
It's possible Jeff's incorrect.
I demand a trial by combat, Jeff.
Deal.
As long as we can watch.
Yeah, punch each other.
Everybody's in?
We all locked in?
Yeah.
It'll be like Luchas Hermanos from...
Go ahead, Jeff. What's your problem?
Calling it the God particle is a misnomer, but...
That's what it's known as.
Yeah. I'm not saying...
But what is it?
What's your answer?
That's the answer.
It's the Higgs boson.
Okay.
We did not get that answer. We went with the atom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I went with Higgs boson as well.
Higgs boson is correct. So whether Jeff says it's a misnomer or not, it is what it's known as. So the question itself is correct. However,
Jeff, you are awarded no points.
Whether Jeff...
And may the God particle have mercy on your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Neil. All right, let's go right into the second question. What brand of Pilsner was first introduced in Belgium of 1926? If Stanley Kowalski wanted one, he might shout his order at the bartender.
Did you say what brand of Pilsner?
What brand of Pilsner was first introduced in Belgium, 1926? If Stanley Kowalski wanted one, he might shout his order at the bartender.
I'm so happy.
That's a
That's a great question.
Yeah.
There's 2 ways to go about this one.
I know Stanley Kowalski is a hint, and I can't place the name right now.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Putting them on the same team was the best idea.
I actually think I would have known it without the added.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Some debate from the Bones and Anna team.
What did he
Not too happy with my answer, but I put one in.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, everybody's in. Let's start with Bones and Anna.
Okay, we I know Stanley Kowalski from The Big Lebowski, correct?
Okay. Well, not in this case.
No. Okay. But
you do know,
we went with Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Okay. Neil?
So the first one that came to my head was PBR,
Mm-hmm.
but it was 1926, and you said Belgian, and I thought for some reason PBR was American, like from Milwaukee, which is probably wrong. And then I went to Amstel, but I ended up writing down Heineken.
Okay. And Jeff seemed pretty...
I believe Heineken is a German beer, and I will spare you all from my impression, and I won't scream Stella. Stella Artois.
Yes, Stanley Kowalski was in Streetcar Named Desire. All right, question 3. What common phrase meaning including features or qualities that are not appealing or attractive is often attributed to Oliver Cromwell instructing a painter to create an accurate portrayal? So we're looking for a phrase. It's a 3-word phrase.
Okay.
You guys know a lot of 3-word phrases.
It means including features or qualities that are not appealing or attractive.
Not attractive or appealing.
Any thoughts here, Jeff? He's got a wide-eyed look on his face.
Cromwell himself said this?
It's debated whether or not he said the words. However, it's often attributed to him.
I don't know where this answer's coming from for me, but I just put something down. So
Cromwell instructing a painter to do an accurate portrait.
I'm in.
A lot of blank stares out there.
Yeah. All right. Shall we get answers in? Let's start with Neil. Neil put something down, so let's go with Neil first.
So I was trying to think of phrases that might have to do with like a picture or something, and including things that you didn't like. So I said if I was talking to someone, I said, paint me warts and all. So warts and all.
Warts and all. Anybody else? You didn't write anything, Jeff?
No.
Yeah. The correct answer is warts and all.
Oh my God! Oh, I don't know where I pulled that one from.
My mind was not.
Cromwell was, if you look at paintings of Cromwell, you can see that he does have facial warts. Wow. I think there was a death mask of him as well, and you can see several areas where there were probably warts, and it's said that during a portrait session, that's what he commanded, because he didn't believe in dressing things up.
Yeah, this is how I look.
Right.
Never heard that phrase.
I don't know where I pulled that from.
Hopefully we're gonna get back into the winning categories here with question 4. What is the name that Wonder Woman uses in society as a secret identity?
I'm in.
She might have used others at some point, but this is the main one.
Feeling good.
Neil's riding high right now. Jeff not really putting pen to paper here.
Jeff is just a shell of a man over here, not talking.
Yeah.
He started strong.
I did.
He'll come back. I'm sure there's going to be some weird, hard questions, and Jeff's going to win by like 70 points.
Bones and I collectively are a shell of a man, too, so...
Struggling.
That's...
Christ. What do you got?
I don't know. I feel like nothing is even better than... But, okay.
All right, let's start with Bones and Anna.
Linda Smith was what the penned name was for us.
Jeff has no answer.
Well, a famous Linda did portray Wonder Woman.
That's what I told him. I was like, that's the name of the actress.
Yeah,
that
we're halfway there.
But I couldn't tell you what the street name was.
Okay. Neil?
Desire.
Her street name was Diana Prince.
Diana Prince is correct.
Okay.
I think I heard that once.
I've heard that one.
I believe that was on the monitors at Great America while waiting in line one time or something like that.
Which should be sufficiently devastated now, and hopefully I won't forget it again.
All right.
So a quick score check.
Do we?
We have Anna and Bones at 0, Jeff at 20, Neil at 30, and Ken at about 1 million right now. So
Ooh.
He's killing everyone.
Riding high. All right. It's time for question 5, which we like to call our listener submitted question. If you have a good question that you'd like to send us, To incorporate into the game, make sure you send us an email to trivialitypodcast@gmail.com, and in the subject line, put question 5. We will choose one question for each round. This week, I have come up with the fifth question, and question 5 is a science question. Which is the most present element in the human body? This one's a little bit tricky, I'll warn you guys.
Present by number of atoms or present by weight?
I believe by percentage of composition. Okay, how we shaping up here?
Got it locked
Yeah, we got
This
it.
question.
I'm in.
I'm in. Not happy about it, but I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with Jeff on this one.
All right, so I don't know if I'm right, but here's my rationale. So most of the human body is made up of water, and most of water is made up of hydrogen, so I just went hydrogen.
Okay, we have a hydrogen.
We went with carbon.
Carbon, organic element.
I know nothing about elements, so I just put carbon for no reason other than it was the first one that popped in my head.
Okay.
All right, so this one's actually oxygen. So I believe where the where the tweak is with Jeff's answer is that it's percentage of composition of the human body and not necessarily number of atoms. So I would assume that's where the discrepancy comes in.
All right, I'll just look into that later.
You may double check it. If you
I'm
wish.
not questioning you. I'm just trying to figure out what
Yeah.
specifically.
Okay, and moving along, this next one's in geography. What is the capital city of the nation west of the Dominican Republic on the island of Hispaniola?
I'm in.
So the nation west of the Dominican Republic on Hispaniola, what's its capital?
Thanks, Papa Doc.
I have no idea, but I wrote something down.
Yeah. Most of those words don't mean anything to me, to be honest. So.
You know the capital? No idea. Okay.
Jeff's feeling good about geography right now. Everybody's in?
Yeah, we got nothing. So
Okay. Neil?
I just put Havana.
Havana. Jeff?
Cuba does not share the island, but the Dominican Republic does share it with Haiti. Its capital is Port-au-Prince.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he had Haiti down.
did not know the capital.
All right, well, close for you guys, but have to look forward to the next questions.
We do.
Okay.
We're looking forward to the next questions.
Okay, sports. How many consecutive seasons, not counting lockouts, have the Detroit Red Wings made the NHL playoffs, with the streak ending this year? And the hint here is that the number that I'm looking for is a number that's divisible by 5, or a multiple of 5, I should say.
I have a feeling Matt knows this
Absolutely
one.
not. Don't even. Just write it down.
I have an idea.
So we're skipping the lockout year. Everybody's good?
Sure. Peachy.
I don't know if we're good, but we got an answer down.
All right. Let's start with Anna and Bones.
Just a complete guess here. 25.
25 for Anna and Bones. How about Neil?
Yeah, so I know that the Red Wings are always good, and I just kind of took it back to like 1990 for some reason, and I thought the closest number to that would be 25, so I went 25 as well.
Jeff?
I mathed poorly today, but I went 30.
30. All right, so the correct answer here is 25.
Bingo!
We're on the board.
Welcome to the
Sports. Thank you very much.
Sports. Okay. Next question is also in kind of a sportsy sort of question. Not typical sports, though. On a standard dartboard, what number is represented at the 6 o'clock orientation? So 20's at the top. What's at the bottom? Got some buzzing from Team Bonanza.
I enjoyed Jeff shaking his head because we play darts in between rounds at trivia.
Every week.
Every week.
Yeah, but I'm only aiming for
those are
triple
on the-
20, so I
that's
can't
not on
tell
the
you where
very
my...
bottom.
Can't tell you what the
bottom.
numbers are.
I've only ever hit bullseye,
Yeah.
so I don't know what
These
that is.
are
I'm
on
a terrible
either side
darts
of it.
player.
So we're looking for this?
No, we're looking for that.
6 o'clock orientation.
Right at the bottom.
Okay. Okay.
Looks like Neil's got some doodles down.
I have no idea.
You don't dart?
I kind of dart with you guys, but
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to the board. I wrote a number down, but I know
I'm
it's
not.
wrong.
All right.
I'm not an avid darter myself.
Let's get the answers in here.
Only darting from the
Jeff
law.
is writing something, and he can go first.
Oh, I don't want to go first.
We
All right.
will. Well,
Bonanza will go first.
Oh, no, I'll go first. It's fine. You asked me to. So I wrote
Okay.
3. I know it's a low number. I feel like it's 3, but I can't. I can't tell
3.
you for sure.
Okay.
It's definitely a low number. We went with 3.
yeah.
3. Neil?
I just assumed it was the same across the whole board, so I put 20.
Oh, okay. I'm embarrassed that we were struggling because we do play pretty frequently.
Correct answer is 3.
All right. Okay, cool. Good call.
Good job, guys.
Because I always hit it when I'm aiming for the 17 and 19.
2 in a row.
Closing out those threes.
All right, we're gonna stick with numbers for a while. Not typically though. What numbered Final Fantasy game is the first to feature actors performing voice-over dialogue?
I know this one.
It's not good.
Go for it.
But it was early on in the.
I was guessing.
I have things to say about it as well.
So they're on 15 right now. This is just.
Holy.
This is just a numbered title. It's not one of the side games.
Okay.
I know nothing of these games, so I just put the first number that came to my head.
I know nothing of their work.
Yeah.
So, can I have the question one more time?
What numbered Final Fantasy game is the first to feature actors performing voice-over dialogue?
If it's wrong, it's wrong.
That is in the series. Not of all time.
You're not talking about cutscenes, just like...
It's the first voice actors.
Yeah, I think it applies either way.
Performing dialogue.
Oh, okay. I'm going to change my answer.
Okay. Everybody's in?
Yep.
All right, let's start with Neil this time.
It's the only one I ever remembered owning. I put Final Fantasy 7.
7? You remember dialogue in that game?
I don't remember anything about that game. It's the only one I own, so that's why I picked 7.
All right, let's go with Bonanza.
We said 7 as well.
7? Jeff?
I don't remember dialogue. I mean, it was all written text, which is why I thought it was 10.
Okay, Jeff with 10. The correct answer is 10.
Okay.
So 10 has a very infamous dialogue scene. If you ever search Titus laughing, there's a really, really bad scene where he laughs like ha 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 ha, and it's a pretty famous YouTube video.
Okay.
It's real bad.
Yeah.
The game itself is phenomenal. However,
Because I was trying to think, and I was like, well, 6 had dialogue boxes, 7 had dialogue boxes, so did 8 and 9. And then 10 was the first one that I had like
absolutely.
serious voice acting.
And like I said, excellent game, but unfortunately they're still trying to work through the technology of it and had to speed up some dialogue and slow some down so it would fit the lip motions that were animated, and oftentimes they weren't even syncing it straight to the video. So they had some trouble with it, but...
I've occasionally thought about going back and playing because Blitzball is so much fun.
Yes.
But I can't now because I didn't really notice that as a problem the first time I played it through all those years ago, and now I won't be able to play it again.
No, it's an excellent game. I'd advise it regardless. All right, next question. 22/7 is a rounded fractional representation of what irrational number? How much do you not know about math?
I love math.
Or how much do you know about not math?
Okay.
This one's not too brutal, Neil.
Yeah.
Just have to think it out.
I trust me, I have no idea.
Okay. Let's start with Jeff on this one.
So 22/7 is approximately 3.14159, making it pi.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Also went with pi.
I went with 69.
Oh.
Hello.
Okay, so pi was correct. And Matt, that brings us to the middle of the game, so let's get the score recount.
All right, so at the mid-round, we have Bonanza with 30, Jeff with 60, and Neil with 40. It was a pretty rough start, but then we started getting things going towards the end of that round, so good chance to come up back here with a mid-round question.
Okay, so these questions are going to be for all of you. There's 10 questions. I'm just going to read them off one after another. And it's somewhat inspired by the Riot Fest April Fool's Day prank that they pulled of releasing a lineup of fictional bands, mostly.
Okay.
Rather than, except for Guar and Andrew WK.
Yeah, I saw
that. I believe
okay.
They always have Guar and Andrew WK, but most of the other ones were fictional. So I'm going to read you a list of 10 fictional bands, and I'm going to give you the year that they were, made famous in a work of television or film, and I want you to tell me what the television show or the film is that they're from.
I like it.
All right, so I'm going to read them off one after another, and we'll all answer, and whoever gets the most will just get that many more points.
So let's just... Yeah, okay.
Okay, number 1, The Ain't Rights, and that's 2016. Number 2, The Pinheads, 1985. Next one, The Weird Sisters, 2005. I'll just take a simple answer on that one. There may or may not be a subtitle. Sex Bob-omb, 2010. The Commitments, 1991. Stillwater, 2000. Fagrin d'Anne and the Modal Nodes, 1977. The B Sharps, 1993. Hangman's Joke, 1994. And Dr. Funke's 100% Natural Good Time Family Band Solution, 2004.
Get out of here.
Well, I have one.
Yes.
I like that you went away from the easier ones. There's
Oh, see, I was hoping to one in particular.
There's no Wild Stallions or Mouse Rat.
Mouse Rat's a classic.
I was
Mouse
looking-
Stallions I can't place.
I was looking for Crucial Taunt, to be completely honest.
I'm really disappointed. Because there's a few that I can think of that aren't on the list, and then there are a few on the list that I know I've heard of, and I cannot place them.
I was hoping for Drive Shaft as well. Which is
Ooh,
Lost.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, we've given our contestants a couple minutes to write these answers down. They're just finishing up writing now, so let's start going around and collecting answers. So, Jeff, what did you have for the Ain't Rights 2016?
I don't have anything.
Nothing.
He's saying La La
We went
Land.
with La La Land.
La La Land. And Neil?
I had nothing.
Nothing. Okay, that was from Green Room.
It is from. Oh my gosh, I
The
haven't
punk
seen
band that goes to the
Yeah.
the neo-Nazi
That was-
club is called the Ain't
I
Rights.
thought of that.
I knew it wasn't La La Land.
All right.
It's the
I
only
said
guess I would've
something.
had, so.
I didn't
Next,
see it.
the band that's just too darn loud, the Pinheads, 1985. What'd you have, Jeff?
1985, Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap.
Oof.
What'd you guys have?
No, it's wrong. It's we put Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers.
Told to Be Quiet by Huey Lewis, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
They're just too darn loud.
1985.
Sad.
All right, The Weird Sisters, 2005.
I know I've heard this one, and I feel like I should get it, but I don't have anything.
All right.
Nope.
You guys?
Got nothing.
I just put Freaks and Geeks.
All right. No, these guys are from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
That's what it is.
Oh, I should have known that because there's a podcast called The Weird Sisters that talk about Harry Potter, and I was like, there's no way it's Harry
I would
Potter.
have guessed that in a million years.
I would have accepted Harry Potter as well.
Feel dumb.
All right, Sex Bob-omb,
Yeah.
2010.
This one is clawing at my brain because I know that I've seen this movie.
Ooh.
Or TV. No. Whatever it is, I know I've heard it, but I've
couldn't
no
come
answer.
up with it.
No.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim?
Scott Pilgrim.
Is it Scott Pilgrim?
Yes.
Versus the
definitely
World,
is.
2010.
That's where I've heard it.
You're going to kick yourselves if you missed this one. The Commitments, 1991.
I got nothing.
Nope.
91.
It's one of my favorite music movies, The Commitments.
The Commitments.
I've
Rude.
never heard of that.
Sorry, guys.
Good pairing with Sing Street if you want a
Sorry.
double movie night.
Not a
The
fan.
movie is The Commitments.
Stupid.
All right, Stillwater, 2000.
This one I have confidence in. It's Almost Famous.
Almost Famous.
Bingo.
Almost Famous.
All right, everybody gets points on that one for Almost Famous. Fagrin d'Anne and the Modal Nodes, 1977.
Nothing.
Star Wars.
Star Wars?
That sounds right. I just put Rocky Horror.
Dun, 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 dun. Star Wars. The Cantina Band.
Yeah.
That was before they got a new lead singer, right? In the
Right, right.
in the
All right.
States.
The B Sharps.
Yeah, this is another one I've heard, but I can't place.
My guess was That Thing You Do.
I said That Thing You Do.
My mind is blown.
How about you, Matt?
It's The Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
That's their barbershop quartet.
Yeah.
Oh.
I knew I heard it, but I couldn't place it.
The B Sharps.
I'm hoping somebody gets Hangman's Joke, 1994.
I went with The Wedding Singer.
Oh my god, he put
No,
we don't have
I didn't
anything
know
though.
that.
He originally put Tombstone, which I made him cross out because the thought of like
A band.
Tombstone. Hangman's Joke.
Why
not?
I just put Encino Man.
No, it's The Crow.
Oh my god.
That's the name of Eric Draven's band before he's
Okay.
mercilessly killed and resurrected.
Not quite.
Dr. Funke, etc.
Oh
Yep,
my goodness.
That is a classic.
Hard pressed.
Arrested Development.
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
I put Simpsons. I had no idea.
Not an Arrested Development fan from Neil. All right, so there you have it.
Shame.
So let's tabulate the points really quick and update you on the scores.
Yeah, so that was an extra 40 for Bonanza, 20 for Jeff, and 40 for Neil, which is going to bring our scores after the mid round to 70 for Bonanza, 80 for Jeff, and 80 for Neil.
All
So a
right,
close game going into round 2.
let's move right into the next question. What is the name of the currency that is currently used in China? And I'll accept 2 answers. What do you guys know about Chinese currency? There may be some pronunciation issues here, so I'll take spellings as well.
Not for me.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like,
Jeff may speak a little Chinese.
And is also a banker. So.
Okay.
I only deal with U.S. currency.
Well, yeah,
So if it makes you feel better, Neil, there's a strong possibility that I'm wrong right now, so don't worry about it.
Not worried, yeah. Whatever, I'm just putting down.
I've second guessed
All right,
myself.
here we go. So, Jeff, let's start with you.
I believe the Chinese have the yuan.
Okay. Do you know the other acceptable answer?
So
I'd love for you to say it before I have to. Go ahead.
You said yen.
That would be Japanese.
Y-E-N?
Y-E-N.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's Japanese, but I just put yen.
Okay.
Do they use the Chinese
it is
yen too?
The yuan?
Yeah.
Yuan? Or renminbi?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So those are the two acceptable answers.
that's
So
what
Jeff
I was like,
Jeff will
okay.
get points on that one.
Yeah. It's the yuan.
Okay, here's a music question. I think you guys might be able to get. What is the thrice repeated phrase used as an album title by The Cure in 1987?
Go on then.
The Cure album, 1987. 3-time repeated phrase.
Oh, it's a phrase, not a word?
What do you guys know about The Cure? Neil.
Matt's a sad boy. Yeah, Matt's a sad boy. Or Bones, I'm sorry, excuse me. Bones is a sad boy.
I'm not too sad.
He used to be sad.
I was sad. Back in my Cure days.
So Bones' real name is Matt, but we're giving him the name Bones.
So
that's his nickname. So there's no
confused.
confusion between the two Matts.
For clarity purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Just want it to be known for the record. I'm no longer in love with Friday.
We did not give him the name Bones. He had that name coming in.
This is true. Had that since high school.
We didn't just go, all right, we're calling you Bones.
Picked it out of a hat.
He came dressed as a pirate today.
All right.
I'm very confident
Neil's
we're
shaking
gonna
his
catch
head.
up here. We're going to catch
Jeff,
up with
any
this question.
thoughts?
Okay.
I don't even remember the question.
Thrice repeated
The
phrase,
Cure
Cure
album.
album.
The Cure album, 1987.
Nothing
I
coming
don't
from
remember what it
Jeff.
is. I only have their greatest hits. So.
Neil?
The only thing in my head was the quote from the film Cobra with Sylvester Stallone, where he says, "If you're the disease, I'm the cure." So that's all I got. Cobra.
It is Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me.
Kiss me, kiss me, kiss me. Good job. Bonanza.
Hey.
Making up some ground now.
Yeah, we're all tied up at 80 apiece.
There you
no,
go.
we're
Nicely
not, because
done.
Jeff has 90.
Oh.
But I wanted to give you that little teaser. Just
Yeah, thank you.
Get your hopes up a little bit.
All right. Tony Romo recently announced his retirement from the NFL to go to work as a correspondent for what network?
It's not Fox News.
It's up to me, huh?
Yeah, of course it is. You know, I don't know.
Sports question. Jeez.
Take a guess.
Okay, looks like everybody's in.
Technically, it's a TV question, so.
It's kind of sports. This is as sports as I get.
I didn't even realize that
That's hockey.
signed somewhere else now.
Neil's in?
Neil?
I'm in, yeah.
All right, let's start with Bonanza.
We went with ESPN.
ESPN. Neil?
For some reason, I just went ABC. So.
ABC.
I don't know
Jeff.
I don't know if he'll be taking over as a color commentator for like a Phil Nance or a Phil Sims, Jim Nance. But I went CBS.
Well, the correct answer is CBS.
Should have gone with that.
Yeah, what you got to remember for a lot of those, for CBS and Fox, they need more people because they do broadcast
Those
multiple
huge-
games.
yeah.
Okay.
They do, like CBS will do 3 or 4 games at a time, so they need 3 or 4 different commentating teams. So they'll,
Which is why I ruled out ESPN and ABC.
yeah.
All right, moving on. A painting by what artist has been stolen and recovered twice? Once in 1994 and again in 2004, alongside another of his paintings entitled Madonna.
We're looking
So
for the
I
artist.
want the artist. A painting by what artist has been stolen and recovered twice? Once in 1994 and again in 2004, alongside another of his paintings entitled Madonna.
I'm in.
Madonna was only stolen in 2004, by the way.
I'm in. I don't know if it's right, but it's the first thing that came to me and it seems good. So
Okay.
hopefully he'll be
And
my
Jeff
lucky
is in.
star.
We're going to start with Jeff.
Ugh. So I have no bearings here.
Okay.
I'm not great with art, and I'm not great with art heists. So I just went Michelangelo.
Okay.
Sticking with the Ninja Turtle.
Yes?
I said Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
I went with Rembrandt.
Okay. No points to be had on this one. It was Edvard Munch.
Okay.
And the Scream is the other painting in
Really?
question. Yes.
I didn't realize that was
Stolen twice?
Twice, yeah. It's one of the most valuable paintings out there.
Holy
and,
cow.
I want to say last time it sold at auction for like $125 million.
Very poor security.
Speaking of said painting, next question. In German, Munch gave the painting the following name converted to English: The Scream of blank. I just want you to fill in the blank. There's an alternate name in German for the painting.
In German.
But converted to English, it translated as The Scream of blank.
Is it
just one word?
One word?
It's one word that I want.
Can you give us the German?
No.
9?
Yeah.
Please.
All right, I just put an answer down. It's a crapshoot.
The German would give away the answer, though.
Yeah,
Maybe.
sure.
I don't know. There's so many good choices. Oh, I'm in. Yeah.
Okay, Jeff's in. Everybody's in.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with Jeff.
Oh, he's picking on me. I went despair.
Scream of despair. How about you guys?
We went with insanity.
Insanity.
I just went real simple. I just put the Scream of man.
Yeah.
Ooh, very close. It is the Scream of nature.
That's fascinating.
All right, here's a relatively hard-hitting film question. We'll see if Bones and Neil at least can get this one. They're the film buffs here.
At least.
What director has film credits that include Manderley, Dancer in the Dark, and Breaking the Waves? He is also partially credited for the Dogma 95 filmmaking movement. They're writing furiously.
Yeah, he knows.
Got it locked in.
I just heard
He
on
knows.
a podcast someone talk about the Dogma movement like recently.
Yeah, and whenever you hear about this, there's usually two names that come to mind, but this is the one that's always the correct answer.
And I had never heard of it until last week. So
Okay.
All right, I got a joke answer. So.
yes. Oh.
Let's start with Jeff. Everybody's in.
If you're talking Dogma, I went Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't prefer you to go Kevin Smith, but
No, I went Ben
All right,
Affleck.
let's get Bonanza.
Lars von Trier.
Lars von Trier.
Lars von Trier.
Lars von Trier is correct.
Yeah.
We used to study Dogma 95 in college, and not really a huge fan of it, but the film Celebration I enjoyed quite a bit.
It's very strange. What it's basically like minimalist, stripped down film.
Yeah, well, if I remember, I don't know exactly, and you guys can Google it, but when I remember studying it, you couldn't use, you had to use kind of like a crappy camera. I think it was shot on video.
Make your
You
own
couldn't
sound
sync your sound.
He did, I asked him, he did
or-
Antichrist too. Right?
Melancholia.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Melancholia
Interesting
was
movement.
my alternate choice for the answer for the previous question.
It should be noted that he's broken with the rules of his own movement in recent years, but he's still one of the founders of it. Okay, here's the next question. What product that is currently still on the market was introduced to the United States as a medicine in 1886 by John Pemberton?
What year?
1886.
Could you please repeat the whole question?
What product that is currently still on the market was introduced to the United States as a medicine in 1886 by John Pemberton?
I'm in.
Yep.
All right.
No. Oh, isn't.
You think?
So this one might be easy for the contestants here.
Well, we still have some.
Now we're getting...
Yeah, I'm second guessing. All right, I'll go with it though.
Gotta go with your gut.
We often kick ourselves if we don't.
You have two sets of guts.
Yeah.
So you might have an advantage.
That equal one shell of a man, don't forget.
Right.
One shell of a man.
2 guts, 1 shell.
Yeah, dude.
All right, let's start with Neil here.
So I was born in Atlanta, where the headquarters and museum for this drink is, and I'm pretty sure it's Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. How about Bonanza?
We went with aspirin.
Aspirin.
I also went with a soda, but I went with a different soda. I went Dr. Pepper.
Okay, it is Coca-Cola.
Oh my goodness.
My thought was Dr. Pepper too, because you think of medicine. And
Dr.
the
Pepper,
name
I
sounded-
think, came out first.
I guess that does make sense.
Well, that was my consideration.
All right, so here's another one about common phrases, because it interests me where they come from. This one will be easier because it's a true or false question. True or false, the phrase straight from the horse's mouth is said to have originated by equine dentists who would often discover potential health issues stemming from tooth infections. Where did straight from the horse's mouth come from? I want a true or false as your answer.
What do you think?
Horse dentistry.
What do you think?
Okay, I'm in.
Okay. Good. All right, let's start with Jeff on this time.
So I'm playing the odds. It's usually harder to write a false question than a true one, and that seemed oddly specific. So I went with true.
Okay, Jeff is going with true.
We said nah.
False.
Nah.
I went false just because I for some reason thought that the phrase "straight from the horse's mouth" wasn't about health at all. And I know obviously teeth have to do with your health, but I thought it was something separate that you tricked us, so I put false.
Okay, it is false. Making up some ground on Jeff here. So the handlers were the next best thing to get racing tips from. If you couldn't get it straight from the horse's mouth, then you'd want to get it from the handlers.
Interesting.
In horse racing.
So we'll go with a quick score update here. It looks like Bonanza is up to 100. Jeff is also at 100, and Neil is actually taking the lead at 110.
Ooh.
Nicely done, Neil.
Sweet.
Let's see what happens with the last two questions of regulation. What is the nationality of author Bram Stoker?
Everyone seemed excited to write it down and then stopped. So,
Whatever his nationality is, it is not whatever poor excuse of an accent Keanu Reeves used in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
All right, Jeff's in. Let's start with Neil.
I was gonna go German, but I can't remember if he was in the conversations with Mary Shelley where she told him Frankenstein, or like the kernel of Frankenstein that scared him and her husband at the time, the other author. So I just put English.
Okay, English.
We said German.
German.
I had English as my first answer, and then I changed it to something more obscure. I went Austrian.
Okay.
See, yeah.
He was in fact Irish.
Okay then. He said he had Austrian down too. Bones. Bones.
I thought it was something English speaking, but then I was just like, I don't know. I was pretty sure England wasn't the answer, but
So given that he was Irish, this is the next question. What is the setting of Dracula's castle in the famous work? But specifically, I would like the country. So we know his castle's in Transylvania, but I want the country. This is kind of a geography question because Transylvania is a real place.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in.
It's the best I can get to geography as well. Everybody's in?
Yep.
All right. Let's start with Jeff on this one.
well, so it's about lunchtime right now, so I'm feeling kind of hungry.
Hungary.
Oh, I get it. That's
What is your answer?
We went with Romania.
Romania.
I went with Romania as
I'm
well.
pretty sure it's right.
Romania is correct.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the country though, so I went with something. I went with something nearby.
If you know about Romanian history, could get back to Vlad the Impaler and find your way there. But Romania has the Transylvanian region.
Letting my ancestors down.
All right, so that brings an end to regulation. Matt, can we get the recap?
Yep. So that round was pretty good for Bones and Anna. They're up to 110. Jeff is in third at 100, and Neil still has the lead at 120.
All right, a very close game. And we are going to get into the final round in which our competitors can wager up to 30 points per question. And I will announce the 5 categories. And the categories are as follows. Film composers. Second question will be in the category of currency. The third question will be in the category of supernatural beings. Fourth will be astronomy. And 5 will be in combat sports. So without further ado, we will begin the questions once the wagers are in, and we'll find out who is the cream of the crop. Okay, all the wagers are in, so now we're going to get to the questions. Okay, the first question in film composers. The 1989 film Rain Man marked the first Academy Award nomination for what prolific film composer? Okay, next category is currency. Prior to being discontinued in 2012, how many leaves are pictured on the reverse side of a Canadian penny? Give you a second to mull that over, and we will move on to the next question. Okay, question 3. Supernatural beings. Despite the etymology of the word, Japanese entities known as Tengu took on the characteristics of what animal? Japanese Tengu took on the characteristics of what animal?
Can you spell that?
Tengu in the Romaji. Or Romanized spelling. despite the etymology. Okay, next question is in astronomy. Planets that are located in the habitable proximity of a star are also said to be in what zone, reminiscent of a fairy tale? Jeff likes that one. And 5 is in combat sports. On February 15th, 2017, it was announced that what mixed martial artist would be rejoining the UFC after a brief stint acting in films. And he was featured in one Marvel film. I'll give that as a hint.
Oh, come on. I've definitely lost this game. Your film composer's question is killing me because I feel like I know who it is. And I just can't think of it.
But you don't.
You said it was the composer of Rain Man?
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to think who Barry Levinson would have worked with.
Watching Neil struggle with film questions is really fun.
It almost makes up for my losing.
Almost.
Okay, the answers are in, and we will go through each question and find out who is the cream of the crop. All right, so let's have the wagers on the first question having to do with film composer.
All right, Anna and Bones had wagered 30. Jeff had wagered 10, and Neil also wagering 30.
And what did we have, starting with Jeff?
I know he did Backdraft, so I don't know. I did Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer. How about Bones?
I know ours is
Anna?
wrong, but we went with John Williams.
John Williams?
It wasn't Alan Silvestri, it wasn't John Williams. The original thinking was Ennio Morricone, who's one of the best composers of all time, but I feel like he got nominated for like The Mission and a couple other films in the 70s. He just didn't win one until Quentin Tarantino. But I went Hans Zimmer because I thought maybe he would have started with something a little more lighthearted.
Okay, and in this case, Hans Zimmer is correct.
I'm glad. If you would have put Danny Elfman and said he was prolific, I would have walked out.
All right, next, currency. Prior to being discontinued in 2012, how many leaves were pictured on the reverse side of Canadian penny? Start with Bones and Anna this time.
And they have wagered 0 on this question. Jeff with 30 and Neil also with 0.
Oh, we guessed 3.
3. Neil?
I just put 2.
2?
I went 1.
1. Neil is correct with 2.
Winning 0 points.
There's one branch with 2 leaves. Supernatural beings. Let's get the wagers on this one.
So Anna and Bones with 10, Jeff with 0, and Neil with 10.
Jeff with 0. Surprising, given the content of the question. But what did he have?
Put eel.
Eel.
Cat.
And Neil.
I put bull.
Bull. The correct answer is bird. So they often are pictured as being bird-like creatures. The etymology actually is, I believe, from Chinese and references a dog, but the correct answer is not dog, it is bird. In more modern era, they're more represented with long noses, kind of as like the beak-like structure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That makes total sense.
And astronomy, what did we have as the wagers?
Anna and Bones with 10, Jeff with 30, Neil with 0.
Okay, and what did we have for answers? We'll start with Jeff. He was confident about this one.
I was. That's the habitable zone known as the Goldilocks zone.
Goldilocks zone. It's just right.
Okay, we
right.
put the bone zone because we were like totally fresh out of.
I put the friend zone.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad you had a little bit of humor in there because I'm like, I don't know what this is.
It is the Goldilocks zone. It is just right.
Not too near, not too far. It's just right.
And let's get the wagers for the combat sports, please.
All right. Bones and Anna with 10, Jeff with 10, and Neil with 10.
Okay, can we start with Bones and Anna?
We went with Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor? Neil?
I went with Jean-Pierre.
Jean-Pierre?
Jean-Pierre.
Okay.
Conor McGregor left to do boxing, I want to say, currently. So he would have just left UFC. The only one I could think of is someone who recently rejoined, but I believe that was last year, was Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar. Neil was close, though incorrect.
Oh, it's not Jean-Paul, is it?
Georges St. Pierre.
Georges St. Pierre. Oh,
and
I knew who he was, too.
Expendable.
He was in Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yeah, he got beat up.
Wow. I wish that was Brock Lesnar.
All right, so let's tally the scores and find out who is the cream of the crop.
All right, so after doing an embarrassing amount of math on my paper here, we have our final scores. In third place, Anna and Bones with 50. Jeff with 90, and Neil is the cream of the crop with 130.
Well, I'm talking about all the way to the top, yeah. But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, we want to thank everybody for joining us today, and big congratulations to Neil. Matt, thank you for being the scorekeeper.
Yeah, no problem.
And everybody, great game, despite the outcome. If you'd like to play along with our contestants, please make sure to check out our Facebook page and download our official Triviality score sheet that we use here in the studio. And Matt, how can people get in touch with us?
Yeah, so find us on Twitter using the handle @TrivialityPod or on Facebook at facebook.com/TrivialityPod. If you'd like to get in touch with us by email, send all messages to trivialitypodcast@gmail.com. And if it's a question 5 submission, make sure to put that in the subject line. We'd love to hear from you.
Did you want to do any plugs for your website?
Twin City Trivia was started by a friend of ours who was kind of the main man and who was responsible for taking care of trivia in several locations in Bloomington. It's we're near a college town, so there's lots of kids looking for stuff to do. And as it grew, he approached us and asked us to host at one of the locations. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I think we've got it's got to be close to 30, because you play Monday through Friday and at different places simultaneously, so he's got lots of people doing that. But if you're in the Bloomington area and are looking for something to do, you can find us on Facebook at Twin City Trivia, or we also have a website, twincitytrivia.com, that lists all the places that we host at and what time and what the categories are, and it's pretty straightforward.
Right around ISU campus, right?
Right, you got it.
Okay.
Go Redbirds.
Of course, other than spreading the word, the best way you can support the show is by rating, reviewing, and subscribing to Triviality on your favorite podcast app. Till next time, on the behalf of all of our contestants, Matt, Neil, Jeff, Anna, and Bones, my name's Ken, and that was Triviality. Thank you.
Next, try laughing out loud.
What?
Come on, show me. Probably shouldn't laugh anymore.